Hey guys, what's up? It's Kyle here again. Wanted to talk about big thing coming from Sega. Well, I'm kind of talking about it just a little late, but it's still relevant to me because I want to get my thoughts and opinions on it. Sega had announced maybe no more than a week and a half to almost 2 weeks ago that they were going to basically reboot Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog, you guys know, is Sega's poster child. You know, what he is to them. Mario is to Nintendo. He is their mascot, and to me, Sonic has always been one of my favorite characters, and video game characters, and still is one of my favorite video game characters of all time. Sonic the Hedgehog also, I made a video, if you guys remember, I made a video like sometime last year. I'm like, you look at the history of Sonic the Hedgehog and current generations of consoles, Sonic has not been doing very well. The games are crappy. The last decent Sonic game I played was Sonic Generations, and the last good one before that was Sonic Adventure 2, which goes back to the Sega Dreamcast, which goes back to the year of 2000. And it's 2014, so what does that tell you? And I've always said that I think Sonic needed a reboot and it needed a start, and I've always said I would love it if they would have gone back to the 2D platformer style. You know, updated graphics, but still go with that side-scrolling multi-platformer style of gameplay. I just think that's just so fun. However, I'm guessing we're never going to get that again, unfortunately. Anyway, so with this whole rebranding, so to speak, of Sonic the Hedgehog, it's a new game called Sonic Boom. With the game is also going to be a new animated show, which I think is going to come on, I believe, Cartoon Network is what I've heard. And it's also going to be, with that, a new series of toys and action figures. So just a complete rebranding of Sonic the Hedgehog. I personally have mixed views and or opinions about it. One, I think it's a good thing that they're kind of rebooting Sonic, because I think Sonic needed a refresh, a restart, so to speak, at least especially for the new generations, to keep him relevant. The last time Sonic had a reboot was back in 1999 with the Sonic Adventure game for Dreamcast. That was the last time he had a reboot for a new generation. So it's been, over 10 years since then. So he's getting rebooted again, so to speak. So I like the idea that Sonic, they want to keep Sonic relevant, and Sega themselves see a need to reintroduce, reimagine the Blue Hedgehog. With it, though, also comes some new character designs. Some I'm not really liking that much. Sonic has like these bandages on his body. He's got the handkerchief, which I saw behind the scenes. One of the art directors said that it gives a look of adventure, like he's an adventurous character, and his whole arm is blue. I don't get that. Knuckles look like he's been taking steroids and pumping in the gym. Don't know how I really feel about that. I don't really like the look of Knuckles. Knuckles was a character back in the day that was kind of like almost on par with Sonic the Hedgehog. You had Sonic, Knuckles, Tails. Everybody else really didn't matter that much, with the exception of maybe Robotnik. But over the last years, Knuckles has been, instead of being a solid second or third place behind Sonic the Hedgehog and being a relevant character and strong character, he's now like a number 5 or 6 on the list, unfortunately. So I don't really care for the look too much. The video game itself, Sonic Boom, it looks alright. You get to play as all 4 characters between Amy, Knuckles, Sonic, and Tails. All these 4 characters being redesigned. They still have not explained the main storyline or purpose of the game, but it is an adventure game nonetheless, and you can switch off between these 4 characters. It'll be interesting. It definitely would. I think the most interesting thing about it is Big Red Button this is going to be their first major project that they're doing. For those of you who don't know, Big Red Button is a game studio that consists of former workers who used to work for Naughty Dog. And Naughty Dog is one of the best studios around today in gaming. If you don't know that, you've been living under a rock. So for having guys to come from have Naughty Dog as their background, and for them to step in with Sonic the Hedgehog and working on Sonic, it's interesting. Obviously, the game itself, the lead director of Big Red Button said that the game is targeted towards the 6 to 11-year-old demographic. That's to be expected. Sonic is a kid-friendly like character. With the reboot of a new show and toys coming, I would not expect it to be targeted towards young children in that age bracket or demographic. However, I do hope that they kind of bring something for us older fans who grew up loving Sonic. Because with me, Sonic, like I said, is my favorite character of all time. One of my favorite game characters of all time. I've loved the Sonic video games. I have not bought every Sonic the Hedgehog game. They've been very spotty. In certain Sonic games I would pick up and play. Like I said, the last decent one that I thought was fairly decent was Sonic Generations. And that didn't come out to like 2011 or 2010. Since then, like I said, haven't bought a Sonic game since Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast. So, all in all, I like the idea of refreshing and reboot or restart. I hope that the game is successful enough where Sega can continue to move forward and make a good game. If it's not Sonic Boom, maybe a sequel or something, or they do something different but still within the rebooting franchise of Sonic Boom or something. They could make a good Sonic game that could bring fans in. But I'm interested to see what the game will look like when it's finally finished. Once I get more information on it and stuff, I may pick it up. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about Sonic the Hedgehog's his reboot, Sonic Boom. What do you think about the game? What do you think about the animated show that's coming out? And what do you think about, Sonic the Hedgehog himself being rebooted? Comment, subscribe. Peace.